live from Trinidad and Tobago.
Welcome to Connections 50 Plus Wednesdays live show.
I am Terri-Ann Joseph Brathwaite.
And I am Jennifer Gibbons Joseph.
Hello, and good afternoon. Welcome to everyone to Connections 50 Plus Wednesday Alive. How are you, Caribbean? How are you, Belize? All of the Caribbean islands, Barbados, Guyana, Trinidad and Tobago, and everyone in between. This is Wednesday Alive. I am Terri-Ann Joseph Brathwaite, one of the co-creators of Connections 50 Plus, and as usual with me,
I am Jennifer Gibbons Joseph, the other co-creator of Connections 50 Plus. Welcome again to this evening Wednesday Alive show.
Well, listen, the year has passed. We have all kinds of markers. We're going into almost a year of lockdown and COVID. But for us, we are especially excited because, well, Christmas is done, Carnival is done, and it is March. And I don't know, people who have been following us for a long time would know that we have a very important anniversary coming on the 7th of April.
April, yes.
We will be celebrating the second anniversary of Connections 50 Plus starting. And just Jennifer, and
yes,
you either turn 2 or you're starting your third year. However big you want to feel. Jennifer, isn't that exciting?
Great. And April, as you know, Terri-Ann, is a special month for me because my birthday is the 2nd of April.
Yeah.
So more excitement there. It's always great to celebrate a birthday with other special occasion.
Of course.
And this is very exciting to know that, hey, we're moving on. We actually too.
But we are big too, because in the world of entrepreneurship, Jennifer, I'm getting very, very serious here. In the world of entrepreneurship, getting to a second anniversary is a major achievement.
Yes.
And once you've covered 3 years, you're more or less, when I say established, no one is permanently established, but you know what you're doing. And Jen, you know, over the last few weeks, we turned 2, but we turned like if we're 22.
I actually asked Terri-Ann, you sure 2 or 3? We have done so much. She had to go back and count for me. We started 2019. So we did so much, you know. Yeah.
And Jennifer, this show is in fact Connections 50 Plus was launched on April 7th. But our Wednesday Live, this show is our 84th show.
Wow.
And that is 84 Wednesdays continuously without repeat. So Jen and I have been, listen, the other day we were sitting down talking, I'll bring you all into a little thing, and we were, planning on, all right, it's not just planning an event, the anniversary. In the pandemic has everyone who has a business needing to think how you're going forward and what you're going to do. And we have been going through the very same process. And we decided to take our own advice and get some help. So Jen, you know that in the world of entrepreneurship, businesses that finish 1 year, when a business has done 2 years consistently, that is a significant milestone, a very significant milestone. And when a business completes 3, it's even more significant. And we decided to take our own advice. And that's why we are so excited. We said we help so many people in life transition, with financial management, with entrepreneurship, even corporate clients. We said, look, this is a big one. Let us step back and get some help. So we've been busy, and for the next couple of weeks, you will be with us on that road. But today, Jen and I are going to prep you for all that
Yeah.
we're going to do for the third, for our, but connections. Jan, congratulations. I want to start
Thank you.
by saying congratulations. I think we've done
Congratulations to
very well.
us.
Yes, very, very well in terms of having being consistent, continually evolving and growing and being relevant. And we have products. We have
Yes.
products. So, Jen, what do you think?
I am very proud. As I mentioned early on, when we, started to try, and you said, Jennifer, 2 years. I said, you sure? Because we have done a lot. We have really done a lot in terms of programs, in terms of upgrading even what we had, because we started the year one with a few programs and then we progressed along the way. And now we are at the stage where I think we are ready. We are ready for the new normal. We have been ready before, being online,
Being
having all
digital.
our, yeah, sorry, age. Yeah, being digital. So we are now, all our programs are being offered digitally, and that for me, Terri-Ann, has been a very great achievement, you know, because I am aware there are many companies that have not been able to offer programs on the digital platform. So for me, that is just fantastic that we are able to do that. Very update. Let me share this as a stat. And this is recent, but because of the excitement, I will share it. In upgrading our programs and upgrading the website, we upgraded us. let me put it that way. We also look, and what I found, Terri-Ann, we were able to put together a team, each person with the necessary expertise and skills that we needed to help us and to bring us to the stage that we are at. We were able to fine tune, certain activities, certain things we would do in the planning, and identify who we needed to come on board with us and help us to really be more efficient. Um, and that for me, having that core team at this stage,
Mhm.
and we will be introducing, of course, as we go along on the road to celebration. We will be introducing the team to you. And that again, Terri-Ann, I'm very proud of that.
Yeah. And I know we always say to people, and we come back again, the 50 plus cohort, and we talked about this last week.
Yeah.
Um, one of the mistakes we make is that we continue trying to do it ourselves and not
Mhm.
get help and not release. And as we've gone along the way, I mean, everyone knows that all of our programs are assessment based, and we've pulled the experts in to
Yeah.
give us the foundation that we need to be able to deliver a product. And then you would have seen the whole issue of branding and how you communicate, and you would have looked at
Yeah.
our videography, and we use that designs, um, and then we realized we have to bring this whole story together, and we have, every now and again you would see Richard Young as a guest on the show, and we brought him in
Yes.
a big way to really put us out there. And the thing is, when we get the feedback from people, you see increasingly people are beginning to take this message very, very seriously, that
Yeah.
this third act of life is really our chance to shine as we want to shine,
Mhm.
and let go and release. And let go and release, we always say, doesn't mean that we are abandoning and being selfish
Yeah.
and so on. So it's really a huge celebration. And yes, Jennifer, we could now reflect, because I remember last year, not last year, year before when we started, even this show, when we did our first anniversary last year, and we look back at when we used to just do Facebook Live to Zoom, and we
Yes.
squeezing up on a chair, and now here we are with themes, with serious points of view, and people who look towards us for guidance and for relevance in terms of our, not only our professional competence, our coaching,
Yeah.
but this program gives meaning and direction to many, many people.
Yeah. You just, what we have been doing, and this just came to me. There's a saying or quote: be the change that you want to be. And this is what we are doing.
Yeah.
When we started Connection, before we actually launched, we did a survey, actually, to understand better, get a better understanding on what the 50 cohort, what they were going through, and what people were going through, what they wanted, what type of help they needed, etc. And we being on that stage ourselves, were able to relate very easily. And that is from there we started creating the programs. And in creating the program, we did what we said we were going to do. We did the things that we were advising our clients to do, and we continued on that path. And for me, that visioning, because we talk every day as to what to do next, where you
All
think we
times a
can.
day.
Yes, always if something comes up, or a client or friend may call and make a suggestion or have a concern or give us some comments and feedback on the show, we will chat about it and see how we can do it any better, how we can please our audience. And as we continue getting that feedback, that helped us to keep, designing and creating the designing the type of products to reach where we are now, and recognize that assessments were critical in each area and each aspect of our offerings, to make that difference to people. So yeah, I think we have
as
been.
as a reminder, and I think it is a good thing to draw a line and say, because we talk about our programs, and we every week we have people joining and asking, who are you all, what is this about? Let's give a brief summary of what those programs are, because those programs are an important part of our rebranding and relaunching. We have three main streams of business programs. The first is the self-care coaching packages.
Yeah.
And Jan, you lead those. And you could perhaps talk a bit about the programs in the self-care, the life coaching packages.
And the packages, which is, let me again reinforce, these are very interactive type of sessions, more one-on-one, where we sit and chat. So the packages cover the critical aspects of people, men and women, at this stage in life. So we start with the life transition, because this is what you're doing. You're transitioning. And transitioning could be very traumatic depending on the stage you are at, or the lifestyle you had before, and what your plans may be, etc. So the life transition is a great, the assessment helps with that clarity, and the coaching, just chatting, help you that you have support, you have a support system, you have a partner, someone partnering with you to help you along the road. Of course, we deal with the financial, because that we always talk about the financial aspect. That is a very critical aspect of our lives, because we have to put things in place to ensure that we live that happy life. We have the for those who going into entrepreneurship, so we have to help you along the way with startup. We ensure that you are fit and healthy. So we have included, a wellness assessment. And of course, each of these assessment, each areas have the experts behind them,
Yeah.
So it is, and this all done, designed, customized for the 50 plus people who are in transition stage. And behind all that, we want you to be happy. We want you to be happy. We want you to be healthy. We want you to be living the life that you always wanted to live. And we are
Definitely.
there to support you. So that the individual transition coaching programs, we also have small groups, of course, but the programs are intended to cover the critical areas of life.
Yeah. And then we have our focus on SMEs, small businesses, and
Yes.
entrepreneurs. And in that sphere, we realize, and that goes now, Jennifer's programs deal with the whole, that first bucket that says we got to take care of ourselves. And
Yeah.
our coaching packages ensure that you take care of yourself. Having taken care of yourself, you have to make sure you have a continuous flow of money. And I always separate the financial coaching, which is managing money you have, from
Mm-hmm.
the how do you create a flow of income. And many of us, when we think business, we think back to work.
Yep.
But we always say this is how you monetize your skills, or you organize yourself so that whether it is a cause or a charity or a project or just a hobby, that you are able to run it without a lot of burden and it
Yep.
doesn't feel like work. And our programs are tailored to allow you to, from a one-on-one session with us where we just sit for a couple of hours and we help you to just clear up your mind in what we call the evolution startup. Or sometimes people have a business and or had a business before or coming
Mhm.
back into a family business and they want to sharpen it or just turn it around. And we have another program for that called the Business Boost. And then in addition to the Business
Okay.
Boost, we have the Business Boost Plus, where not only do we help you to redirect and see, fine tune your product or your service, and even look at your operations if necessary. And of course, how do you communicate? But with the Business Boost Plus, you get to have us on retainer for a month to help you with weekly online meetings. And then, of course, we also have our Fireball, where you may have a business, you may have an issue,
Yeah.
you may have a problem, come in and help us. So we do help in that way. So there's the individual life coaching packages, there's the SME and individual enterprise packages, and then Jen, we have our corporate packages.
Yeah. And what is great about it? Only today, a client called me on a matter and was asking me if we are getting problems to get clients to come online, on the digital platform, because as you know, we use Zoom, or do they prefer, because traditionally they like to be in front of you one on one.
Yeah.
And I was happy to tell her that we haven't had a problem. Initially, you may find clients saying, well, they're not sure about this thing and being on the computer.
I
But
think
from
that's
the
God.
time they
That's
get on
God.
and we guide them now, it's like they're happy
I,
because
I think
they,
COVID cured that. COVID
yes.
cured that.
So this is great because the timing we are able to sit and organize. You can sit at home at your office at a convenient time and do your sessions.
Yeah.
So that, when I told her that, and she said, because she's one who's coming online to do her session, and she was asking about it.
Yeah. Yeah. So in our corporate lineup, just so that people know exactly what we do and when we say corporate, this is where a business is our client. Okay. So
Yeah.
it may be a big company, it may be a medium company, but the client is the business as opposed to the individual. You know, we understand that one of the biggest things is this whole issue of sales.
Yeah.
And so there is the Sales Savvy Coaching Workshop, which is done for not only people who may be new to sales, and this could be entrepreneurial or in the business,
Mhm.
but it's also great, Jennifer, because I remember you had a wonderful workshop for entrepreneurs who just
Yes.
are afraid to sell. So what?
That many people, they have this concept that selling, I think selling is like going and beg somebody and not understanding that selling is really building a relationship and, sharing information about your service or your products, which people know all about, and just in a nice, relaxed atmosphere. So it is not about giving instructions to anybody. And as soon as the participants grasp up, accept that, and see it in a different way, especially when you do some fun activities, it makes a difference. They go out there knowing that, oh, it's just like chatting with anyone.
Yeah. And one of the centerpieces of our service to corporations is because we do focus on 50 plus, it is where companies will be able to help their employees transition.
Yeah.
You know, what happens beyond the security boot? So we have two types of retirement and transition workshops. One is a half-day workshop where Jennifer talks about all the preparation, and one is a workshop that also includes assessments, and that's a new program. So Jennifer, what is it like, these retirement workshops? Does it make sense for a company to have these workshops?
Definitely. And that's why we look at it as, we call it our
And retirement.
transition coaching workshops, as again, just plain retirement. Before retirement sounds stiff and it's like scary to go off into a different, unknown situation. But with transition and combining, make doing this assessments together with the program makes a difference, and companies feel comfortable knowing that they are not just sending employees out to pasture.
Yeah.
They are ensuring that their mindset, because it's about your mindset, that they are already. So we are preparing them. We are preparing them, making sure that they go out there very positive, knowing what they plan to do. It may not be going into business or anything like that. It may be just going and doing the things that you enjoy doing. But more importantly, making a plan,
Yeah.
having that life plan to know that you're not just, you get a lump sum of money, you're not just spending it, or you feel you have all this free time, and what you're going to do with your free time. So it is really preparing you for a great life on the third act stage.
Exactly. And then the last gift that companies can use us to give to their employees who are departing, because that's how we work with companies. So we work with individuals to take care of themselves. We work with individual businesses, and then we work with companies to help their employees transition. And we also have our own My Business workshop where people who
Terri-Ann,
want to,
before, if you
yeah,
could just say this quickly
sure.
before, for those who are listening, that these workshops are not large scale, please. So
No, small
they're
group.
not large scale. So don't think of a room full of people and you're just sitting down and you're just lost. They are all very small groups. So you're going to get that individual attention. So I just wanted to,
Oh, yeah.
clarify that is not
No.
the traditional room full of people and you're talking to them about retirement. We are not lecturing.
No. We're planning you going into the
Yes.
third act stage and
We're
what's going to
working
happen
with
to your
you.
life after.
Yeah.
Oh yes. So whether that's just for life and having a relaxing time, or whether you want to do a business. So we, as we were saying in our as we prepare for the third year, we have our brochures with our products. Wednesday Alive is but one aspect of our communications to keep in touch with you and to, you know, to let's see what's going on. But there's a business side of Connections 50 Plus that we are sharing with you now. So when you have all of this, Wednesday Alive, we have a great following. And again, you know, this anniversary coming up is so because of you, the Caribbean people, Gael, the partnership with Gael beaming to the Caribbean through Gael on Flow and YouTube and Facebook. And of course, there's Instagram and Twitter. You have that reach and you have an offering, but the Wednesday Alive really allows us to stay in touch and to know what's going on. And this is where we make life special. And I think for this anniversary celebration, Jennifer, we're making sure we focus on, last week we said, are you ready to take charge? Are you ready to get going? And we've made it a personal responsibility. So Jen, let's take a peek into what's going to happen now.
Right. And Terri-Ann, I'm getting all excited. And when as you go along this road with us, we're going to tell you more too, because I'm thinking you are really part of this whole community. And we created a community platform on our new website, which we will tell you all about, because that's something we also want you to join us with, just as how we have in this Wednesday Live show. That way you can go on the website and communicate with us. We will tell you more about that. So yes, so the excitement leading up to our celebrations. Terri-Ann, what I'm most excited about is my wardrobe consultancy.
Well, let's talk about our partnership with Richard.
Yes.
As creative director. Because that is
we now have a creative director.
It is so important. And this is us taking our advice. We had a long conversation about creativity and the role of creativity in business. And very often people take ideas and they run with it, and we don't realize that ideation is really at the root of everything. If you don't have a concept of where you're going, you can very easily get lost, because everything else is really a methodology to get you there. And we realized that because Connections 50 Plus was so much more than us, it was dangerous to listen to ourselves only. And we thought about how and who can we. Now, you know when somebody right in front of your face and you don't see it all the time? Jennifer and I wasted half a day trying to come up with names, and we came up with none. And then we said, Richard, who really knows us. And we invited Richard to come on board and just give his impression of us as individuals, us working together, and us as connections. And he knew what we wanted to do and where we wanted to go and to shape it. And he brought some phenomenal ideas. And then the joke is, he also does, Jennifer and I have two different makeup artists. Richard would sometimes do my makeup and Jennifer would do it with Marin Mitchell. But I remember years ago, I had a wardrobe consultation, and when Richard came to prepare for one of our shoots, we had to do this whole wardrobe thing. And I kept telling Jennifer, you need to do the wardrobe consultation. And Jennifer said, I don't have clothes for that. I have 3 pieces of clothes. I have my clothes. I know what I'm doing. So finally, Jennifer agreed. And it's not only agreed, I have to tell you all, when Jennifer starts to talk about it, you wouldn't believe this was the person before. When I tell you, I had to convince this lady. And she did it as a, okay, come a Sunday evening. And Jennifer, what happened in your consultation now?
Let me first and again thank Richard publicly, because at the time when we were looking, and Terri-Ann said that Richard come on board as a creative director, we were looking not just for someone to come to say, okay, your show looking good, but someone who has that expertise and to be able to shape a program, and to understand where we are and our vision, because it's difficult, or not difficult. You can't succeed if you're working with someone who don't have that same vision with you. So let me start by saying,
And the
having met
experience to
Richard,
make it happen.
yeah,
The
and
experience.
I met Richard, Terry, I knew Richard before, but when we had started on Gael Live, we needed help with a creative director, and Richard came on board. So now we're moving forward again. Using him is fantastic, because when we sat and shared the ideas, so the same day when he came to do this wardrobe consultation, and I'm saying, what wardrobe consultation? I'm not in the limelight as such. I have some clothes there I will just put on when we're doing what we're doing here. But Terri-Ann convinced me, and I'm open, because, as I said, we need to follow our own advice.
Right.
And if we are saying you have to be open to change, you want to move forward, hey. So I thought, no, I'm not going with a closed mind. Let Richard come, and I'm open. And I'm so happy I did. When Richard came, of course, I took out everything I had in my cupboard. But they were in order, at least the skirts, the dresses, etc., and all the accessories. We spent about 3 hours. That was, let me tell you, that is an exercise of fun. Huh? It was,
That was about 4.
we had a lot of fun, really fun in terms of, when he put together, and I'm saying, but Richard, that is so old. And then I say, okay, do whatever. Nothing is old. See everything, just as how it's a renewal, So I revived a renewal, a revival of self, of clothes. And I must say, that was, I enjoyed that exercise. I enjoyed it even more because we were able to hang the different, pieces along. I had a blind along the entire dining area. And it made me feel very good about me. I was happy. There, sometimes you look at some of these shows and they may advise you to get rid of things. I didn't have to get rid of anything. And maybe it's because at this stage in life, I only keep things in my closet that I wear. I am not a hoarder. So that may be it. For those who hoard and have a whole set of things, may have to get rid of some. I didn't. So for me, that was great. Also, when I saw the combinations, I was like, Terri-Ann was only laughing because I said, that going with that? I can't believe it. And Richard has this way about him, and he did it with such ease. So at the end of the day, I'm talking about happy, very happy. And let me tell you the next thing I did. So I left them crawl and look and say, okay, let me see how to fit it back in the cupboard in such a way that it will be easy. So you know what I did? I took a photo of each coordination, everything, all. I don't want to tell you how many, but it was a lot. It was over 30. Let me just say that.
I stopped counting when you got 40 outfits.
Because, and I say over 30 because when I did the photos and I wanted to still send it to him, I was so proud of it. That WhatsApp told me I could only send 30 photos at a time. So that's how I knew. I called my girlfriend who lived opposite because she loves this sort of thing. And to tell her this is what happened with the wardrobe consultation, because everything was still hung up there. She was just amazed. Of course, she wanted to do her own wardrobe. Yesterday, I went out with other girlfriend. I'm still excited, as you may see me very animated like Terry. She came across and did the same. And she said, Jennifer, why we never thought of that? I said, because we didn't think of change, and we don't know. For me, and I feel it will be everyone will have that same effect, how that just that exercise impacts on your mind, on you being like you just get more confident,
Jen,
you know. So I will recommend, by the way, we're going to include that. We have it included, wardrobe
it's one of our
consultancy
services.
for 50 plus. And as we go along, as you go on the journey every week, you will hear a bit more of what we're doing. And that would be one
Mhm.
of the services. And I am testimony, I'm telling you. I
She
feel it.
existed.
You know how it felt? I mean, I know we're running out of time. I'm so excited. You know, it felt? It felt to me like going shopping.
Well,
And yeah,
I was just about to say, and
yeah.
just so that people understand the connection, because people might say, "Oh, you're doing a wardrobe consultation. That's an act of vanity. That's a flight of fancy and stuff
No,
like that." But we would have
that's an act of balance. That's balancing.
not only, and it's an act of economy, because we
Yep.
would have a wardrobe that, or we have pieces of garments, and this is unisex. This is men and
And
women.
women.
This is
Yeah.
not a female thing. We would have pieces of clothing, accessories, shoes, and jewelry that we have for 30 years worn in a certain way. And in our mind, clothes are supposed to be worn like this.
Yes.
A dress is supposed to be worn like this. A dress is to go to do this, that, and the other. And a scarf is to be worn like this. And you look at your clothes and you think, I have no clothes and I need to go and shop. Let's understand who Richard Young is. Richard Young is one of the foremost stylists in the
Yeah.
Caribbean, with experience in terms of fashion, and not fashion in terms of a trendy things, in terms of styling
Styling.
people.
Yeah.
He understands design, he understands lifestyle, he understands color. So that when you take out your pieces of clothes and accessories and shoes, and he looks at them, he begins to recombine them in permutations and combinations that you would say, you put in that with that. And then when you see it, you feel as though you just went on a major shopping spree, because your wardrobe looks nothing like it did before. And what is so important about going on to the third act stage, sometimes I think people continue in the second act behavior because they're wearing the same second act clothes and they're using their stuff in the way it was used in the second act.
Before. Yeah.
But when someone can come and just switch it around, you're not spending a cent on new clothes. It is the same things you had in your wardrobe. And he is just coming, understanding your style, understand, even if it's all you're doing is going to church and going for a walk in the evening. But just presenting
Yeah.
things different. We know how it feels to get something new. And that is a big part of our shifting. We say take action, shifting.
Yeah.
So
It's like
next
a
week,
new you. Yeah.
it is different, because we could do the assessments and get your mind realigned and
Yeah.
your inside, but you also have to present a new you to everyone. So we're gonna have next week Richard here with us
Okay.
talking about that experience, because he had two very different experiences, one with me
Yeah.
and one with Jennifer.
And styling. And Terri-Ann, what is good too, when you have your clothes put out like that, and you mentioned savings, because many times you may go out and get something, and when you come back and say, but I really didn't need it, it's not matching, or like that. Now you know exactly what I did. I went even further. I looked at it, and Richard made the recommendation to say, you know what, if I have to buy a pair of shoes and sandals, this would be the color I'm doing.
Yeah.
If I have to, so I have that written down. So I'm not rushing out to do it now, but anytime I have to make a purchase, I know I'm not just spending money badly. And that helps when you're doing, in terms of planning and wardrobe
Yes, so
consultancy, you save money. Yeah.
so next time you have to travel and go somewhere, you don't have to spend money on clothes. You can
Yeah.
spend money on experiences. So that
Mhm.
that part is one thing. the other fantastic thing that is happening is not only, yes, we've fine-tuned the product portfolio, and we've added some products, and we've twisted some, and we talked about our product. Then Richard took charge of us and our look, our physical look.
Okay, let me say before those looks. It's not, he's not on board every Wednesday to dress us, nor is Maureen on board every Wednesday to do the makeup. So the disclaimer, our look is not, our makeup and our look was put together by us.
Today. But
yeah,
having gone through the exercise, Jennifer,
I think it made a big difference. And I think it did make a difference.
I know.
Because, yeah.
Let me tell you something. Jennifer is much more into making sure things are fine. I will get this, you having braided hair and something, it could get you into real kind of slackness. Huh? But I know when I'm shabby. And when you work with Richard, you can do little things to always show up sharp. And
awareness, definitely. You have a different awareness.
You have a different awareness. You see something that is, I swear the top I'm wearing now is 15 years old and hasn't been worn for goodness knows how long. But because in my consultation, it was pulled out to go.
And it looks beautiful with the accessories.
So, you know, so it really, it shakes you up. Take the cobweb off, behave yourself, you know? So Richard, so we deal with the product, we deal with our image. And then the other part, which is so important, is how do you capture it and put it out there for you all? And you all would know that we work with Zach Creations, who just happens to be Jennifer's daughter. But take that apart. Zara Gibbons is one talented videographer who does our photography. She does all our videography. And let me tell you, you are going to see some ads for our product, for our products. You are going to see a new start for this Wednesday live. You are going to see all kinds of stuff. Zara is brilliant. You've seen the stuff that she's done. And wow, when we put her together with Richard, we are going on some adventures. We're going in the Caroni Swamp, we're going up Paramin, we're going to create images, but you will see. But we are also going to be having Zara and Richard on. Zara doesn't know us yet. She's probably finding out looking at this show, but we're going to have her on to talk to you about being clear about what you have, fixing yourself, then how do you create? And of course, Jennifer, we're not going to leave people high and dry. So how are we helping them?
So and this is new, this is again our new product where we are offering video marketing. And this video marketing, and as Terri-Ann just mentioned, is about capturing you, the service you offer, what you're into, but doing that not in the not in the traditional way, but through storytelling about your business, about your services, etc. So we have Zara on board, we have Richard, as we spoke a lot about Richard just now there, and we have Maureen Mitchell. So we put together again a team.
And you have us. And you have
us.
Yes.
You know, early on we spoke, we told you about getting a team together that's very creative and talented and can work with us to offer the services and products that we want you to enjoy. So video marketing is a new service that we're bringing on board with Zach Creations, with Richard Young, and with Maureen Mitchell, and of course Terri-Ann and myself.
And it's all to get digitally ready. You have to be digitally ready. So we're giving you the whole Monty, the whole package. Script, design, wardrobe consultation, makeup and wardrobe is optional if you want it. But we recommend that you take it. And we are helping you. I don't care if you are selling Tulum. You will benefit in the digital world by having the reach. And some
No,
people are going out there with a reach and they're just falling flat because the whole package is not there.
yes, it's
So
not, people have been trying using their phones and setting up, which is nothing is wrong with that. But we thought, hey, let us do a very professional package
yeah.
with a professional team. So when you the complete, when we present you with that video, that yes, you will be digitally ready.
And it comes with a professional photo shoot with 10
Oh
pictures.
yes, we have
So,
added on. Mhm.
so that is
Yes.
going to be another week. So you're gonna get, you can't miss a single Wednesday live coming up, So this is celebration. And then we really took a serious look at our rebranding. And even as
Yes.
you brand, what does branding mean? What is your brand? And
Mhm.
we have really dug deep into what is Connections 50 plus. And we're going to be talking about that. And no brand is, one of the things we keep saying, and we say it lightly, but I think it's become even deeper now. You
Mhm.
can't, you're not, it's going to be harder doing it on your own. And
Definitely.
when we sat down, Connections 50 plus is now a team of 7 critical people. Jenna at the front, but you have
Yes.
critically supporting those assessments, which are
Mhm.
our foundation. You have Jen, you have Dr. Nika Joseph, and we are Elias Smith. All right. And then we realized we needed to have more brain power, that presentation and so on.
Yes.
And we brought our dear friend Michael Gray on. And
Mhm.
Michael is really doing wonders with helping to network and things like that. And then the whole issue of imaging and how we go out there. There is Richard and there's Zara. You know,
And then Terri-Ann, we have the website.
so and then we have working with
Yes.
Jan McKell to make our websites really your hub.
Yeah,
Once you
definitely.
have one, everything is going to be there. From connecting with us, paying, it's an e-commerce enabled platform. All our information, connect with us, talk to us. And that is
Yes.
so important if you're going to be out there in the digital world. And Jennifer, one thing I firmly believe, I can't advise you to do something that I don't do for myself.
Definitely. Mhm.
I can't. Then I'm a fraud. So we have literally taken our own advice to celebrate our second year and get ready for our third. So
Yes.
the third is going to be phenomenal, you know? And then we're going to wrap everything up on the 7th, the actual birthday, where we're going to have a party that you are all going to be
Big.
invited to.
Definitely. Because I must say, Terri-Ann, and without you, without the followers, without the supporters, without our friends, we couldn't be doing all this. Because we were very encouraged with the response, last week. And someone said, Jennifer, that was a great show. And I said, but we just chatting. I said, but you all chatted about so many critical things. I was able to learn a lot from it.
Mhm.
So
And
that's
Jennifer,
what makes us feel good.
one other team member that it's always there, and we mentioned it at the beginning, we mentioned it at the end of the show. Errol, Fabian, and
Oh,
Gael
yes,
with
of course.
so
Yes.
getting us out there. It's,
Mhm.
when you really look at it, I think we are successful, and we are successful because we work extremely hard at constantly trying to improve ourselves and top
Yes.
ourselves. But we, the message we want to give is what you see here. It's not just us, and that's the truth about business. You've got to get so many people behind you,
Yeah.
supporting you, facilitating. And this 2 year celebration is really going to be something else.
So every week, well, starting from today,
But
when
today
we
was
out,
just
when we outline all that we have been doing, and every week we would bring on a team member to give you more insight on what has been happening.
and then on the 7th we relaunch. You will see all of our new, well, you may see one or two of the new videos and ads as we go along.
Yes.
You will see our new website. You'll get we relaunched the new brochures. We have a new brand. We have a new logo.
Logo.
We have all.
We have been doing a lot. Yes. All getting ready to by the time the 7th we ready.
You know,
so it's just you to come on board with us or to stay with us.
Continue being on board with us.
Yes.
And really having a great time. So, Jen, we have a minute and a half again.
In this minute and a half, I just want to again keep thanking people for being on board, thanking the team. I'm telling you, I will think by now you will say, well, at this stage in life, I know what to do. No, because we have new goals. You want to do things differently, and you just don't know. You need that support. You need help. Somebody come on board with you, partner with you to help you. So whether it is you want to change your wardrobe, your look, or what you do, get involved in something else, you need that support. And we are here, Connections 50 Plus, Terri-Ann and myself to help you with that.
And the whole caboodle coming behind us. So for this show, we really want to say thank you to all our partners. I want to rename them again. First of all, Gael the channel, Errol Fabian, and Jeline Fabian. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You help us to reach the Caribbean. You really do. Zara, because of the photography, the videography, the imaging, to allow us to have an image that's enduring, that people always admire, because we're so focused on what it looks like, but you capture our spirits so well. Jan for the technology, the websites, the building the assessments up from scratch and making sure that everything works as it should. And we can't say enough about Dr. Nika Joseph and Maria Smith. And Jen, as an assessor herself, creating those fundamental assessments to help you make sense of your life, and which are the foundation of all the products that we offer. And then our dear friends, Michael Gray, coming on board with us to push the program, help facilitate and support us in any way. And then Richard to make sure that everything gets polished and finished at the end. And Jennifer, we have to say thanks to we ourselves.
Yes.
You know, we're guided always by our Father in heaven. And we've been
must add, because it have those I must add, because it still have those who supporting Terri-Ann and I. We have June Blackburn from the Sanctuary, and they make sure Terri-Ann gets a massage. And our Mari and Teddy, and then Maureen, who recently agreed to Maureen has been doing my makeup, but to offer the services to our clients and our followers. So
it's a lot. It's a lot. And people come in and I can't emphasize enough for when you're going forward. It is not a difficult thing to relaunch yourself into the third act. It is difficult if you think you have to do it alone and you are reluctant to trust. You have to release and trust, and it will be fine. God is with you. You're fine. So
we thank you again. Right.
So look out next week. We're starting the ride. So to the Caribbean Facebook family, YouTube family, we love you and we're excited. Okay.
So bye.
Bye.
50 Plus Tribe and follow us from TNT and the Caribbean.
Thank you for joining us on this Connections 50 Plus Wednesday Alive show.
We hope you enjoyed the lively conversation and look forward to seeing you next week.
Don't forget to like and share our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
We really love getting your feedback. Bye for now.